Okay, we're working on the 1948 Willys. Let's see if the new rotor did the trick. Hit it. There it is. This was the only carburetor left that I could get before the 4th of July. But I went to go restart it and it wouldn't start. So we have an issue here with the distributor. It is not turning. Notice that that gear is broken. That is the camshaft gear. That is also worn. Hey guys, how's it going? We're currently up north in the shop. As you can see, pardon the noise, I've got the generator running. And that dribbling you're hearing is the radiator draining on this beast. I'm doing it slowly because I can't get my catch container in there all the way. So we're getting ready to pull out this 65 Ford. I think it's a 170, but I still can't figure it out. 170 or 200, inline 6. Also, we're going to pull out the engine and the transmission with it. So, our first step, other than the radiator draining, I'm going to take this grill off, so that way we have a little bit easier access to hoist her out with. So, alrighty, here we go. Okay, we got our grill and the radiator out. We're just having our first look at the engine here. I don't know what I'm going to be able to record because my battery light's kind of flashing. Whoever put this thing in, they were either stupidly brilliant or not very bright. This engine barely squeaks in here. I'm afraid to say that the frame has seen better days. Looks like they kind of fixed that. For what I use this thing for, I think it'll be okay. Battery tray's been redone. But the thing that perturbs me are these motor mounts here. They go to a piece of steel, as you can see right here. This underneath the brake line, which connects to the frame. I'm assuming that's the old motor mount. So I guess my next step is I gotta go back to the house and grab my light because I forgot it. My next step is to finish disconnecting, a couple things here, like the fuel line, maybe one or two of those wires. I think I got them already, and the starter wire. And then I gotta go down below and start undoing while I have this hoist in the air. I gotta figure out where I can lift it from. There's no really good place. Maybe from the motor mount side? I don't know. I'll have to do some figuring here. Because like a typical V8 engine, you could attach a chain to one head, and then to the front of one head, and then to the back of the other. This is an inline 6. It's a little different. I would have thought it would have been easier. I guess I'm stupid. So anyway, so once our drive shafts and everything are disconnected, I have to, I'm going to put a jack underneath the, let's see if you can see under here. Under the transfer case there, behind the oil pan, transfer case transmission. And then I'm going to attach my engine hoist to the engine, and then I'll undo the transmission crossmember and the motor mounts simultaneously. And theoretically, once the shifters are out of the way, this engine should just slide right out. That's theoretically, though. We shall see. Alright. So, I got some more disconnecting to do, and we'll be back in a flash. Alrighty. I have everything disconnected on the top. The only thing I got to disconnect is the motor mounts, which we're going to do that pretty much last. Oh, and the exhaust. I got to do the exhaust. Do that right now. And then we got to crawl underneath. So here we go. Alright, I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. We're under the car. Let's get a little bit more light here. There we go. The reason I'm pulling the transfer case and the transmission out is because of, you can see all this leakage here all over there. And it's mostly the transfer case. The transmission, well, has a little bit, but nothing like the transfer case. Jeez. So, what we gotta do... Oh, this is gonna suck. We gotta, right now I'm gonna work on getting this drive shaft, the rear and the front drive shaft off. And then swung out of the way. There's just a couple of nuts to undo. I'm hoping that's all we gotta do. And this baby should pop right off, both of them, I'm hoping. And then we're going to come in here, and I'm going to undo this cross member right here. I'm going to bring a jack in first, but I'm going to undo it. Although it might be easier just to undo these 4 nuts. So, well, we're going to cross that bridge when we get there, because then we got to also disconnect the clutch. I think I have to disconnect both these, to be honest, because the cross member is going to have to swing out of the way so the transmission can swing down a little bit. A lot of problems. Alright, here we go. Alrighty, day one. I have the two drive shafts undone. The rear is just sitting there. Where'd my little flashlight go? Well, tomorrow I gotta finish getting this clutch undone. Clutch pedal. I just ran out of energy today. And undoing, there's a big cross member right here. Undoing that and supporting it with the jack. And then I have to undo the motor mounts. And that's going to be it. This engine will come right out. But I'm afraid the cold got the better of me. I'm tired. I'm freezing. So, with that, day one.